Hello. So, this is my third day of fasting. I didn't really think to record the other 2 days. It was pretty hard. Not like extremely so, because I hadn't been eating like full meals before anyway, and I usually stop eating at 4. That's like my rule. But like the second day, yesterday, I felt so weak towards the evening, a bit out of breath. I don't know if that's normal. I don't think so. So, but I did it. Today's my last day. Well, tomorrow at like 2-ish will be my last day. I started it on Tuesday around like 4 or a bit after 4, because that's when I usually stop eating. So I didn't eat anything Wednesday, Thursday, or today. I did drink water. I think that's good. It kind of kept me hydrated, and when I felt like I was extremely hungry, I drank the water, and I did chew a bit of gum. So that kind of appeased the hunger. So I don't really know if like that's cheating. But anyway, I wasn't really doing it for anyone in particular. I was doing it for myself and for God. So why did I do it? So I wanted to like consecrate myself. I wanted to have full dominion of everything about me, especially my desires. And being that food is something that we tend to feel like we can't live without, you must eat morning, noon, and night. And when you don't eat, it pains you. So it's like a sacrifice for me. So I want to have better control over my desires, over what I want, what I can and cannot have. So in essence, if I can control my hunger, then there is nothing I can control. I can't control, that is. I also wanted to purify my mind, to pray, to speak to God, and have Him listen. And, in the Bible, it talks a lot about people who fasted and prayed. Jesus Himself fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And then I was reading, right before I did it, I read about Esther, and when she had to go before the king, and how she asked her uncle, or cousin it was, I think cousin, to fast and pray for her for 3 days, 3 nights. They ate nor drink, so I drank. But anyway, so when you want God to listen and you need Him to give you favor, sometimes you have to make a sacrifice. And a lot of times people make that sacrifice, not eating, fasting. So I didn't think I was capable of doing it, and I had always said so. So last week, Wednesday, I did it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can fast. Again, I did drink water and I did chew gum. But the fact that I did it showed me that I was able to do it. And so when I came upon a problem, and I had a problem that I needed to pray about, so that God could give me clarity of mind and could help me make a decision, a firm decision, and a decision where I can stand on it and know that I will not renege, I decided to fast. So fasted for 3 days. It will end tomorrow. It was a bit hard, not eating at all, morning, noon, or night. It's not like a sunset to sunrise to sunset kind of thing. No, it wasn't like that at all. So again, I felt a bit weak on the second day. Third day, I was okay. I have all my energy back. I can move, and I felt a bit lightheaded. Not lightheaded, but like a bit dizzy if I got up too quickly. So not used to it yet. I don't think anyone really is ever used to not eating. It's not really what is normal. But I'm at church at the moment. They're having rehearsal, if you hear the drums, drum corps. So I came down to church. It's like 8 o'clock, 8:10. We're having choir rehearsal. So Wednesday, it so happened that I needed to fast anyway because we're having a week of prayer for the choir. So it's a youth thing. So it's from the 9th to the 16th, and on the 16th they're going to have a huge concert, so we're prepared for that, and I really enjoy singing. So there you have it. I haven't been in a choir until now, even though I used to sing when I was in college, and then after that didn't really do much of that. I was in adult choir for a bit, not in that anymore. Adult choir, right? But anyway, my aunt was in it, so I was in it with her. We're not in that anymore, so I'm in the youth choir now. So I'm excited to have completed my fast. I believe I shall do it again, not in the near future, but if ever I need that kind of connection with God. So then you ask, did I get what I had prayed about? And I believe I did. I did get that communion with God. I did get that resolve. I did conclude in knowing what I want and how I want it done and sticking to it. Yes, it was a bit painful, even the process, my thoughts and clarifying them and just getting in tune with what I know to be the truth and what I know to be right. Because the devil will tell you things even as you in and out of prayer, and so I had to constantly refocus every day. Throughout the day, of course, I did a lot of praying, I did a lot of singing, a lot of Bible reading. So those are the 3 things I did on and off. Of course, I had things to do in the middle of the day also. I'm a camp director, so summer camp will start on the 11th, so I was preparing for that. So I had intermission of doing work for that, but not a lot. Anyway, so I'm more focused and more determined to follow the standards that are set for me, right? Biblically speaking, spiritually speaking, and I think that's what fasting is about. It's about praying to God for something in particular, and once that is done, you should get the resolve and the results that you are asking for. If you don't, usually either you've done it wrong or the answer that God is trying to tell you is a no. Sometimes we don't like to hear that, but in my case, I've got what I wanted, and so pray for me as I pray for you. And if you want to hear anything else about fasting, I don't know that much. As I told you, this is my second time fasting for a whole day, and my first time fasting for 3 days in a row. Didn't really think I could do it, but there's nothing you can't do with Christ, right? So thank you so much for watching. Cheerio.